Yo, what up? This is the Melanated Anime Club. Matt is very confused, and it's Father's Day, so call your dads.
Yeah,
that's the thing. If it's not, call Wes. He'll be your daddy.
I can be very fatherly. Yeah, it's cool. I've been a dad of a group plenty of times. It's fine. I'm actually a little downtrodden today because in animated related news, I just got beaten my own house in Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, 7-0.
Damn. For one, damn, and then two, who in your house just beat you?
One of my best friends, Terrell Swift Jeffers.
Oh, Swift.
He used Tamari and he was just spamming that wind scythe just from long distance, and I couldn't get in close, and that's all she wrote. That's what happened.
Wow. Well, damn.
And I'm saying it loud enough so they can hear in the other room and probably laughing at me right now. But it's okay. I'm gonna.
That's cool.
I accept this. I'm man enough to admit I lost horribly.
Actually, it sounds like a cheap win if someone is just spamming long range attacks.
No, he got in close too. His pride wouldn't let him just go that way. I'm not gonna say it was completely cheap.
He mixed it up.
Yeah, he mixed it up. Right. It was fair. But I still got my ass whooped in my own house. So yeah,
I mean,
just to start the day off. That's how it's going.
That's how you starting off. All right.
You're the one that said, "Hey, let me play it 6 more times after getting up." So,
were you probably beaten thoroughly that first one?
Probably, but I just kept trying different combinations, but it just didn't.
Who were you using, by the way?
I used a bunch of different. I usually go with the Uchihas. I just because that's my go-to. Like Shisui,
they're the black people of Naruto, when not actual black. But yeah.
But there are black people in Naruto.
Yeah, that's why I said at the end when not actually black.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. The whole making
it's the racism of the second Hokage.
We ain't about
got what I was talking about.
We ain't about to do this today after 19th.
I was about to say, talking about the racist undertones in Naruto. Let's not do that.
I only just discovered it, so
okay.
Mostly because
this will get into a larger conversation about anime as a whole that we do not want to get into right now.
No,
that's absolutely fair. But yeah, someone pointed out, man, something was racist. It's like he's just racist.
Yo, honestly, I need y'all to check in on something.
Yeah.
Is Milan okay? Because we've gone about 4 minutes into the show and he ain't popped up in the comments yet.
Oh wow.
Is our number one fan there? Nope.
No, damn. All right.
Well,
that ain't that important.
That's fine. It's probably best they don't see me.
I love all our fans when they don't drop in.
Yeah. So let me toss this out here real quick.
Yeah.
I woke up this morning as I do every Sunday. I wake up early so I can read my manga, get about a half hour to get my 5 manga in, and I'll jump in. One Piece. Ramon's here. Well, that's good.
I did say number one.
That's good. He is there. So One Piece, My Hero Academia, Mashal, Hard Boiled Cop and Dolphin, and what's the shopkeeper we're watching? Sakamoto Days.
Yes.
So that's my 5. Today, as I was reading through my thing, I realized that Hard Boiled Cop and Dolphin just ended with the end, and it didn't have a next week. So I've finished a whole manga saga from beginning to end in real time, and I've never done that before.
That's dope. But also, is it?
I mean, it's definitely set up.
It's done, I can actually go back and read it.
It's definitely set up. It's definitely set up for them to come back to it in the future. They did the whole mystery. Yeah, it's a clear end, but it's it kind of feels like a JoJo's end. Where it's open. Oh, I see the threads. You know what I mean?
Okay,
right. It's not like the Bleach end where there's a clear end and then they just extend it in perpetuity until they just get.
And then the clear end, we're not going to do that at all anymore because we're too far away. Right. Yeah, Bleach sucks. I'm going to take an opportunity to yell that. That's who I am now.
I'm fully back here.
Wes shared a meme about the big 3. Now someone's always going to yell Bleach sucks, and I've just learned. That's who I am in the anime world.
Yeah.
So now anytime I'm on anything online and someone's like, the big 3, Bleach deserves to be here. I'm just like, Bleach sucks. That's just who I am.
Person, and
I love when I see Zheryk randomly on social media because the algorithms will show you.
Like just in like the random like anime blogs, and he'll just be like, Bleach sucks.
Or whatever comment from like the loudest, smallest voice in the back of the room. Just like, yada yada, big Bleach sucks.
It's fun. It entertains me nowadays.
You're never wrong when you do it.
But okay, so back to Hard-Boiled Coffin Dolphin.
Okay, Hard-Boiled Coffin Dolphin. It's all done.
So it has been building up. Like we finally got to the sea cult. There's some underwater shit. Your boy learned some underwater breathing techniques. Essentially has the power of like a water bender at this point.
Oh,
like,
holy crap!
There was like a big event where there's like a giant tidal wave, but like this, like the arm of the god, he ends up absorbing it. So the cult's going after the arm of the god, but turns out Samejima was like the chosen one the whole time. So he's just like this like badass like hard-boiled surfer man cop now. So like what happens is like that all ends this last one, and then this one's like a new officer from the Shinjuku district comes to Onigashima, and they're like, oh, you're gonna be paired with him, and it's like very, very much the same way that he was brought up.
Yeah, that's that. I like that. I like it when it does that.
And then Chaco, the 3-year-old girl who was like the child, she's now like 13, so it's 10 years later, and she's like,
good lord.
But like Samejima's like that dude now, and he's like piecing up like everything. It's fun. And then Dolphin obviously died during everything else. Not during the time skip, during like the last of what we saw before the time skip.
Oh, so it's a part of the series.
Well, they made it seem like he didn't necessarily die. Like they left it kind of nebulous. And at the end of this, like there is like what appears to be Orpheus in dolphin form, like not in human dolphin, but in dolphin form, helping him out. Yeah, because he's even like Orpheus, like he's like a dolphin sidekick, and he's like Orpheus. So they are implying that, but they just fucking ended it instead of answering any of those questions.
Solid.
How's that feel?
It feels great. Yeah. Honestly, I felt like I was disappointed because I was like, oh man, this story was like, it's just weird. There's nothing like it. It's sea creatures instead of aliens. You know what I mean? It's like they're like the Poseidon, the gods. Yeah. It was fun. It felt a little bit like Yu Yu Hakusho, like when they're like going in and exploring like the demon tunnels the first time. It just has a really cool vibe and tone to it, and it's kind of cool that I finished it. Can't wait to figure out what's about to start dropping and what's going to be the next manga that goes in and fills that spot. So,
right, because there've been a lot of new ones coming in. I have not been keeping up. Like, I was big on Elusive Samurai when it started. 21 later, I haven't read many.
No, I mean I've kept up the ones I've kept up with. It's just like I've learned that my manga needs to have a little bit of humor in it for me to really stick to it. If it's too serious the whole time, I don't give a shit. But I do think this might be a good chance for me to like binge through and catch up on Black Clover, like I've been wanting to do.
Ooh,
wow!
Black Clover. I haven't read Black Clover yet this week, but I sure did. It's great.
It's great.
So like, what chapter are we at in Black Clover?
We are at chapter, and 296. Do you think this ends at 300?
So it's a little bit after. Okay, My Hero.
Yeah, they came out about the same
number
time.
One.
No, I know. I can. Well, I'm saying like y'all remember. Y'all remember how I powered through My Hero and caught up. I can do that with Black Clover.
Oh yeah, you'll do that easily. Like you'll get to a point where like I got to know what happens next.
Yeah, a lot of it.
Because I think I was at chapter 100, and that's where I stopped, if I'm not mistaken.
So much has happened. Has the time skip happened? The time skip has
no.
I think we were just at the point where what's homeboy, not Asta, but the that dude. Yeah. So I was at the point where Yuno's like, hey, we're all elves, but Yuno's like, I'm not like a bad elf though, and that was kind of about where I was like,
oh, okay,
cool. Yeah,
when he became a self-actualized elf because he's
that makes sense.
inhabited by a half human, half elf baby. Yeah, that's what the thing is.
Right.
That was a lot to unpack. I admit I was lost when it was written.
And that's why I was like, you know what, this seems like a good place to take a break. Like I'm gonna let it just kind of get a bunch of it together, and then I can kind of just like catch. You know what I mean?
I honestly just placed group over that the whole thing.
And I need to get back into Demon Slayer. I've only got like 4 chapters in, and I was like, I just haven't had time to get back into it.
Demon Slayer,
solo leveling. There's so much out there.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just saying.
Demon Slayer.
Why are you acting like you don't know what Demon Slayer is?
Bro, didn't you watch the movie?
No, I didn't. I've still not seen any Demon Slayer.
He wasn't fully vaxxed yet, so he didn't come with us.
Oh, okay.
But funny enough, the movie's coming on Funimation in next month.
Oh. It's also in theaters.
Yeah, it's still in theaters.
Yeah, if I want to go see it, yeah.
It's like one of the top grossing anime movies of all time.
So before we jump into My Hero Academia, what other have y'all kept up with Sakamoto? Are y'all current with that?
No,
I'm not with Sakamoto.
I'm not.
Sakamoto's a bad man.
That's cool.
Yo, where Sakamoto's going, that's about to be some shit. This is about to be like the first real like boss fight that he's had, right? Like it doesn't feel like he's gotten any kind of like he's beaten up people, but tough guys. But this is the first time it seems like it's gonna be someone that's like, oh shit, you know what I mean?
Because they've always set it up as like Sakamoto's like one of the 13, like dude, and it ended the last chapter. It's like, oh no, that's Sakamoto, and they're like friendly because they're two of the 13.
They're like, there's 3 of them, right?
What do you mean? No. The 3 the enemies that they fought, yeah. But Sakamoto and the other person who showed up, who's
gotcha. They're the 2. Yeah, they're the
those
2.
two are a part of the 13, and just they kill so quickly. They're just so good. All of them. All of them are just so good. And you think they're done, and it's like, nope. And then here comes Sakamoto. Also, it's like all of a sudden, the dude pulls out a suture, and his whole arm falls off, and he has like a whole menagerie of scissors.
God!
In his wrist,
just weapons,
his weapons.
Edward Scissorhands of blades.
But it's like it's crazier.
So much.
Like think like Baby 5, like from how she could just turn to any weapon, but instead of that, it's just like a shitload.
Yeah, like it's like inside that. Okay, if you take Baby 5 and the Gant, right, and mix them together, but made a weapon inside, like just swords and scissors.
I'm picturing
it. And it just comes off, and it's both. It's just a lot.
The word picture is clear now.
Yeah, it looked insane, and like this is. Like they cut away after that reveal, and they cut away to like the sidekicks in their fights. And this week's chapter was a really fun fight between someone who could read minds and someone who can turn invisible.
Wow!
I thought that was last week.
But they did it with the sniper was involved this time, and the sniper helped.
Oh, they had adding the sniper, like that was such a cool move. Because just seeing the bird, because I completely forgot about dude.
Yeah, but it's all fun. It's really
I need to catch up on Sakamoto days too.
Yeah, I want to see the world of Sakamoto days get like a little bit more expanded and more explanation because that shit's fun.
Some more world building.
It's got a lot of hard-boiled aspects to it.
Yeah,
I love it. Like everyone in that's hard-boiled. What if that was like a Jackie Chan style like fighting movie?
I think it is like the.
Like
you want Jackie Chan
is like Jackie Chan to be Sakamoto, and then we can just fill in like new people for like it'd be awesome.
I think he's a little bit too old, but you can't tell me Jackie Chan don't got some kind of protege out there right now.
I would hope so.
He has to.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I got through Rush Hour. I'm halfway through Rush Hour 3 now. What a fun time.
It's so good. It's all right. You know what's weird? Okay, so you know when those came out, right? Chris Tucker's son does lip syncing of his father's lines.
You better tell us about TikTok. You better talk about TikTok. Okay.
No, I was not talking about TikTok, even though I was.
Okay. But
it's fun.
I guess. So let's go into it. Let's get into the My Hero Academia talk. You got his Plus Ultra shirt on. Yo, this week was fucking wild. So I still have reason to believe that we may have seen Dabi, especially after the way they ended this chapter in showing Deku. One of the first things that happened this chapter is whole boy getting a text from old Shoto saying, "Answer your phone." I'm just saying.
Well, because I didn't Endeavor say, if I could be remembering this incorrectly, wasn't Endeavor's didn't he say that he wasn't ready to join Shoto in that fight yet?
Yep, he did. He's not ready.
Was that what he was saying? Like in that moment in this episode, this chapter? Okay.
Yeah. Shoto wants to smoke.
Well, I took it as he wasn't ready because he was still dealing with this, and he had to be the number one hero, so he couldn't take care of what seemed like a personal issue like that. I don't know.
No,
I can see it
didn't seem that way to me. It just seemed like I can't do that. And Shoto's reaching out. Like it wanted to be like the complete opposite of him reaching out to Shoto earlier in the series.
Okay, I feel like it's probably like he's okay. It's like, I want to deal with this with my son right now, but I'm with the homies and I have to be number one hero right now. Like I can't take time from this.
Both can be true. How about that?
Yeah,
both can be true.
Yeah,
I see it both being.
Endeavor's a layered character. He can have multitudes of reasons for what he does.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But how they go? Okay, Kimberly Woods, right?
Kamui Woods.
Kamui.
Didn't we see them in UA at one point in the high school?
What do you mean?
He was always a rookie hero. Like he was always
a rookie hero. Okay.
Yeah. Like even from when we first saw him, he was trying to make it
like he had just got out. Yeah.
And like Mount Lady like just came and like stole his thunder. Like wasn't that?
That is true. And they do loop back to that.
They like
in this chapter
forming a team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because the one dude quit, and if you go back, his introduction is when Deku was also introduced.
Yeah.
Deku showed up on like everyone in there is going nuts, and I forget the dude's name. What was it?
Like Heavy Arms or something like that? No, I'm thinking of Gundam. Sorry.
Erector. He's some construction
dude. They shoot Goro.
Yeah, that's the dude I remember.
Right. They shoot Goro. It's like he's got stuff on the metal and stuff like that. He was directing people, leading the Gantz in the background, some other dudes, just people fighting, and like people are watching the superheroes. That dude quit. And the fact that that dude announced that he's quitting in the same chapter that pretty much we get Deku being introduced as like, yo, I'm that dude. I am on par with, he says it flat out, I'm on par with you when you had it at your peak, and I don't have any recoil. And I have 5 more quirks. I'm all right. And just the way that this is framed and like how he's just running away, like I think this is an anime thing in general.
I feel like there's more to it.
Just the student becoming ascending into their role. You always get that behind view of like trying to catch up. I think we've gotten that with Naruto. I'm thinking Naruto when the 4th is later over.
Well, even in Dragon Ball, like at the World Tournament where like Goku like wins kind of near the end of the original Dragon Ball, when he's like 12 years old and all that. Like when Master Roshi kind of is like the even the first one where Roshi still wins, where Jackie Chun still wins. He's like, damn, like those kids are like better than I'll be. Like
I'm gonna have to train seriously now.
Even that moment, you saw the change of Goku walking towards him to Goku walking away. I think that's part of just like an anime hero's tale kind of story.
Yeah, and then you kind of saw that with how like they ended the Cell Saga as well with the image of Goku behind Gohan with the single-handed Kamehameha. Yeah, like a passing of the torch, if you will.
Passing of the torch, yeah. So
I'm not gonna get into the Dragon Ball Z and how Gohan was. Yeah, it's fine.
Right, it's going.
It's not fine. It's not fine, but it's fine.
Not fine, but it's
Let's
fine.
move on.
But also, the point of it, now it's your turn. That's how we ended last chapter.
Now it's your turn.
Now we have fully stepping into it, which is like I think it's like they escaped the explosion. How? No, it's not explained. But they're out. Fine. And just gone.
In another magic warehouse.
But then we see Deku, and the way to describe him with who they show next to him, who's now currently hunting him, which was the first person that he ever fought too. I forget his name. He's got the tongue and the sword.
Stain?
Yeah.
Yes.
You forgot the name Stain?
Yes, he
I'm
did.
forgetting a lot of things. Okay.
And I want to be honest here. Before you get into this, he's hunting Deku thing. I don't know if that's the case.
Yeah, it may not be, because here's the thing: Stain always has his own ideals. So I don't think at this point in time he would have escaped Tartarus, but I don't think he would have had any kind of loyalty to All For One to end up being like this.
If anything, he idolized All Might, and seeing him there in front of him like that is really what I got more from it. Is that he was going to get a chance to meet his hero, and I have this theory that they're going to do a Stain redemption. I don't know why I think that's
maybe. I see a redemption coming too, if not a partnering up with One For All, because think of what Deku's been doing, trying to get people or whoever just words.
But think about what Stain said. He doesn't look like a hero at all.
Yeah, no.
That also makes me think that he maybe go after Deku.
Yeah. So I get that. The way that they did that last page, right, where they do like the, he's calming down, like I wish I could tell you all that, like All Might crashing, and then they cut to like Stain with his like tongue and knife and shit, and they cut over and they go to the description. It's just people's dialogue. Oh, I've heard about him. He looks like he's covered in blood and filth. All of this is covered up, but the thing is, he doesn't look like a hero, but he's out there saving people. And you think that it's going to be Stan that they're talking about, but they say he looks like a Nomu, and they cut over to Deku, just everything dark
looking
around
the
him,
same way,
almost like he's got Tokoyomi, and he does look like a goddamn.
He looks like a Nomu. But I took that all that description to be a mirroring, because Stain was always set up as an anti-hero.
Mm-hmm.
So, are they describing two of the same, and they would be partnering up?
Listen,
you can't use 100%. It's not truly 100.
He's using all the other things. He hasn't quite gotten there yet.
Yeah,
I mean, he can't. I guess you're right. He can use it, but he can't use it safely.
His foe 100%. He's using his foe 100%.
Exactly.
He can use 45 at a consistent pace right now, and then he combines that with Fajin to get 100%.
Yep.
Fajin, aka that My Hero Kaioken, as we
My Hero Kaioken. And if you look at him, he's confident the whole time.
Ooh.
At that last thing,
he's looking like a beast. All right.
Okay.
Well, you know what? Let's take a moment here, because again, that was a great chapter, and I really don't know how much longer we're gonna have in My Hero Academia. Like, it really does feel like we're in the end game.
Yeah, because again, Stain was his first combat, and now he get reintroduced to him while he's like hunting down All For One.
Well, that being said, I think that's a great place to take a little break here. If you got it, let's load it, roll it, spark it, all of that, because it's time for our famous group puff. Wes got to leave early, so let's get this in. Yo, so I know this is anime related, but you watched In the Heights this week? Have any of y'all watched that yet?
I watched it like 2 weeks ago when it came out.
All right, cool. We didn't talk about it.
I need to rewatch it, because when I watched it 2 weeks ago, I was into it, and then people got really into it, and that took me out of it. And then I don't think we went back and finished watching it. If we did, I fell asleep.
It was fine. I guess for me, I listened to In the Heights because of the time when I was in college and in theater major and the musical theater stuff. This guy freestyles. There's one show you should listen to, and it was In the Heights, because that was the one. And I was like, look, I get this, I can rap, but I'm never gonna be Usnavi, right? Like, they're never gonna cast me as Usnavi.
Right. That is true.
Fine.
I mean, that'd be interesting Usnavi then. Like, I could pass the Dominican.
I could pass the Dominican, no?
Yeah, I mean, I could too.
Yeah, we all could.
I'm not going to comment.
There we go.
We did for you. Anyway.
No, thank you.
But the thing was, I very much enjoyed like the spectacle of it. It just felt like it could have been a collection of like stories. Like, I've never been like, I'd rather see this as like 10 shorts. It felt like a bunch of disjointed music videos. Each song had a different rule of the musical, right? So like in this song, no one else can react to the musical. This is only them having a conversation. Other songs, they're people full on dancing, like they can hear what's going on, and they're like part of it. There's like some songs where you can dance on the walls. There's some songs where you can like,
they were defying gravity.
You know what I mean? There were just like a bunch of things, and it all felt disjointed. The ending was confusing to me. It never really felt like Usnavi and Vanessa was a love story. It felt the story of a dude who was just like crushing. The love story was Benny and Nina, and that never got any resolution, at least to me. ultimately what it felt like the way they threaded the story through the movie is it's a story of a man who had a dream, gave it up because a girl went on a date with him.
Wow, I would say that's a hot take.
Did you channel me? Did you channel me?
Homie gave up his entire life dream that he was completely ready to throw everything away for to go do. And this girl's like, let me give you one shot. He didn't even ask her out. He didn't even ask her out, bro. Like, that's not a love story. That's a simp story. Like,
it's a business situation.
Wow.
Because he stays at the store, and you see the wares sold in the store. So yeah, it's not a love story. It's a business transaction.
I don't know. Here's the thing. Like,
he leans into the gentrification.
I thought the movie was all right. Like, I'm not a huge musical fan in general. But like, I was able to sit and enjoy it and just like enjoy the campiness of it. And like, I feel like that's just what it is.
There's two different ways to watch it. And I think the movie succeeds in one, and that is as just an enjoyable watch. If you want like the other side of it, there's too many damn flaws. And none of it makes sense. Like, you're not digging through the trash for fabric in New York City. You're just not doing that. There's more Afro Latinos in the Heights, in Washington Heights, than what was shown or featured. There's like, people want the musical in the movie, and I think that's because they've seen Hamilton translated well and put into a medium, like this square medium, when that wasn't what this was.
I can't say
that was a stage adaptation. And if you're going to go on the argument of other musical movie adaptations, like the argument that this is disjointed gets even stronger.
No, I agree on that. Yeah. If you look at it for a musical, and like, okay, maybe it's just not a good movie.
Yeah,
and
I think
a
that's
bunch of music videos.
There's plenty of people out there that love it.
No,
you can still love bad movies.
You're allowed to love it. Like, no one's taking that away from you.
Movies. Like, KD had a great game last night, but he lost.
He did,
and that's all we're saying. That is all we're saying.
He lost by a shoe size. And let's not do this.
Not even a shoe size. Like, if
not even like it was a toe.
But that's the difference between a goat and like a sheep. Like, the goat knows that half inch is the goat knows the half inch the difference that'll win the game at the end.
Wow.
The sheep takes the long way.
Wow.
I mean, from the same distance that he shot it from, he could have drove and got even more. It doesn't matter. Like, you take the step back, make the 3-pointer. You will all-star. You're this basketball god you claim in, KD. Step back, take the shot.
And on that note, for the sake of PG County, I must leave.
Shit, this early?
Huh?
All right.
Well.
Wow.
I don't want to bring up basketball, but damn. All right,
I was making an analogy that I guess hit home.
Yeah. Look, I mean,
I think as a movie, it's enjoyable to watch. It falls short in many movie aspects, and it falls way even shorter when you consider the theater to movie transition done better in many other movies.
Yeah,
or movies.
I mean, honestly, it was like really pretty. It was pretty. It was cool. Like, everyone was beautiful. Like, what you want in a musical is there. Right. It just really felt like disjointed. I wanted to see more of like the small things, if that makes sense in this. I wanted to see more of the
big dance scene at the pool. I didn't need like the zoom ins on the supposed leads. I'm supposed to be seeing everyone.
Yes.
And that's what happened. No, that wasn't the shot.
We have these giant, like, they're filled up an entire New York block of people just doing choreographed dances, and we're not looking at them.
Zoom in on the star. Yeah, it was not good.
Let's. I mean, as pretty as is it Anthony Ramos? Is that the name of the actor who's Usnavi? As pretty as he is, you don't want to see this when there's like we're celebrating a multitude of cultures. Right, a multitude of cultures are being celebrated, and let's look at his face.
The weirdness of here is Usnavi in the mirror in the window, yet I'm paying more attention to what's being in the background because there's way more going on there. But if you look at Usnavi, it's just a flat screen.
I think that was the point of that particular shot. I think that's what they were going for on that one.
I know. I was ignoring Usnavi. Like, show me both.
But to be fair, wasn't that the story? Most people were ignoring Usnavi.
Oh God.
I do want to give a shout out though. Give a shout out to Mark Anthony for his half a scene that he had. Crushed it. Absolutely believed him.
Actually, yeah. That was like true acting. And how hard can it be to act your ass off when you show up for 6 hours?
Your job is to your characters, your motivation is you're drunk and you don't really care. Can you do that, Mark Anthony?
Dabble in some abuse if you think that will add to it. But make that your own.
But don't if you don't want to. If you don't want to, don't.
Yeah, make that your own. Make that. It's just an idea. I'm just a threat. You are the.
I also want to give a shout out to Stephanie Beatrice. I know that we primarily know her as Rosa from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but she was great. I didn't realize she was in the movie, and I didn't realize that was her singing voice. But
wait a second, is Rosa from 9-9 the woman who was also in Netflix? Because there's a woman who's
Netflix is a channel.
It's right,
it's a
but
platform.
Via that show, via being on Netflix, they have been in Orange Is the New Black, Black Mirror like 2 or 3 times.
I think they've been in a Black Mirror. I don't know about. I really don't watch any of this.
What was the name again?
Stephanie Beatrice. I think that's her name. That is cool.
That is not who I'm thinking of. I am thinking of. I will tell you in a second because I love the movie. Or everything that this person is in. If they would show up, well, I just don't like her. Oh, Dasha Polanco.
Oh yeah, she was great. Yeah, she was great. The other, yeah. I felt like that trio. Because I felt really stupid. Because like the head hairdresser. I was just like, "Ooh, she's super familiar." Like I feel like an idiot. I know who she is, but I don't know her name.
Oh, that's Stephanie. That was Stephanie.
No. That wasn't. She was also. She was the original Mimi in Rent. Like in the original. Like oh shit! Like I was just like, okay.
They did that a lot.
Yeah, there's some really cool moments
showcased it like people who are like Broadway superstars. They're like, cool, you're in this, and we're giving you your moment. Like, the 3 that stood out to me is like that one scene because she's clearly the head of the salon. Yeah. The second one being the ice cream truck dude. Yeah. And then the grandmother who just destroyed everyone who was in that show. Like, I don't care. No one can sing after she dies. I'm sorry. Actually, that's where I stopped pretty much watching after when she went up to the light, which was, I think, heavy-handed. But yeah.
Well, they made it seem like she was going to choose to turn around until that last moment. Like, they're like, okay, I guess I'm going to go back. I know what I have to do. And then everyone's like, no, we're dancing. You can't come this way. I'm not wrong. Like,
you can't die yet.
Yo,
those are so stupid.
But I want to say it was real like bad because there was a moment like when they had like they did the shot of everyone cooking food and then they showed the grandmother and then I go to Lauren, I go, oh God, she's gonna die, isn't she? I just go, maybe it's just because I watched Soul Food at a young age and I just assume any kind of like homemade food shot, then the patriarch at the end. That's usually like a bad sign.
It's a foreshadow. I thought the same thing. Like I'd never seen it night. Had no context as what was going on. As soon as I saw that, felt the same thing. Like, oh, she died.
See, I've only ever like listened to it. You know what I mean? And
I should probably do that because it probably resonates a bit more.
Yeah, it does. Like, it was really funny because it's like there's moments where I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And then it's like, oh, you're home, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know the song. You know what I mean? But it's just like the setup to all of this is like the dialogue was just real weird. Like all of them. There was like moments we forgot it was a musical. Because it was
and I think that they could have leaned more into just doing the musical. Like if they kept that first 7-minute energy of like we're having a conversation, but we're actually singing, and kept that all the way through and just killed all of the actual speaking parts and leaned more into the transitions to the music, it would have been sung better. But then the casting.
Yeah. But yeah, again, also recommended. Go see it.
It's still recommended, but you can have qualms and issues with things you recommend.
Oh, also
like
shout out
being
to
the best basketball player in the world.
Shout out to Lin-Manuel Miranda for putting himself as the Piragua guy. For what is essentially, it was really cool to see, he was Usnavi. Like, he wrote that role for him. When it was, I listened to it, it's Lin-Manuel. So to hear him play that role, to be the role of essentially just like, I'm the guy who's kind of helping move things along at a certain point, was we know you love yourself, Lin-Manuel, but this was like a perfect way as 22 or whatever, however old you were when you wrote this, was a perfect tribute to 40-year-old you to come in and just take that role. It's just hey, that's great forethought of just hey, this is going to be my musical.
Because they wrote this when they were in college, right?
I believe so.
I know you wrote it for yourself and you're 21 to say that's actually, it's brilliant. You think it and you put it into existence.
But that being said, I really am glad that this is out in the Heights. I know a lot of people have gotten a chance to hear this and to see this, and that wouldn't normally get a chance to do that. That's my biggest beef with Broadway. Mm-hmm. It's single-handedly the most exclusionary version of acting entertainment that I think exists. There's a physical barrier, there's a cost barrier, there's a cultural barrier, there's a lot of things. And so anytime anything like this gets a chance to get into the mainstream, of course there's going to be criticism, but ultimately it's a great thing. And I highly recommend you check it out. Even if you're someone who's I'm not familiar with, various Latinx cultures, not to say that this is going to be your end all be all introduction to it, but this is a place for you to kind of maybe understand a point of view that you may not understand. And honestly, it makes me feel like I need to be a better Indian person or a better Caribbean person, or I just it's not a better, but I want a sense of that community more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
Between all of that and Juneteenth and me not really having a lot of friends out here, I really have been aware that's man, I don't really have a group of Indian friends that I could go talk about Indian stuff with, or Jamaican friends, or even a lot of black friends that I could be yo, let's go to the cookout. You know what I mean? I don't even have that out here right now. So
it's weird being in that situation and still having to live in this experience.
Right.
So again, I like having this every week.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I love my wife. Y'all know my wife. Laura is very white Polish. You know what I mean? Very, very Chicago suburbs white, which is great. I love her so much.
It's great. But it's a thing.
Yeah, and it's just sometimes I just want to get some barbecue, and she doesn't understand that at all.
Is she vegetarian?
No. Oh, she went and got some Japanese barbecue with me the other day.
Maybe
she doesn't like this. She doesn't like the smokiness of real barbecue, and I don't like grilled. There's a difference between grilling and barbecuing.
Yeah, one's a slow and one is, I don't know. Yeah, it's a lot. It's different.
Yeah,
it's a high heat. But so much going into it. It's different cultures. Okay. I had a thought. I lost it.
Okay, let me go back to In the Heights one more time here.
All right.
So
that's what it was. Brought me back.
Right.
Say your thing.
Okay. So the El Sunito, right? Sunito, right? Is that pronouncing that right? The dream that we all chase? Yeah. That was one of the key themes. So essentially, Usnavi is like a Dominican Luffy, right? He's just out here trying to chase his dreams.
Yeah, pretty much.
And so if you wanted a connection between In the Heights and in anime, it's that. Anime, One Piece especially, but so many others are all really about finding your dream, chasing and protecting your dream. And that's ultimately what Usnavi's story is. His story is him having a want, being afraid, getting over that want, trying to act cool, not being cool, blowing the entire situation, facing a tragedy, not handling it well, learning that, things were coming through, finding out that the stuff that he was doing for the neighborhood, for the people actually meant something. And, it's the story of chasing your dreams. And I think that anyone can relate to that.
Absolutely. It's a common theme.
The story of wanting to better your situation.
Life. Yeah.
Wanting to get out of your situation and going to somewhere better, but also feeling attached to it. Just all of it. That was one of the big themes, him wanting to go back to the Dominican, Nina feeling like she had to go to Stanford to be, the best of us, and all of that pressure she was put on. That's
so much
fantastic.
pressure from the neighborhood, but it was so well done.
Yeah. So yeah, if you haven't seen In the Heights, check that one out. Fuck. What else were we going to talk about? Oh, have you checked out any of the E3 trailers? E3 was last week. Any games that caught your attention?
No, because E3 is not the big deal to me anymore as it used to be. Mm-hmm. And with like, especially now, like Apple, WWDC was the big yearly conference for Apple stuff. Now they've got like quarterly or twice a year little events where it's like, here's a new product, here's a new product. All these things are just constantly being released. There's constantly being trailers, and there are trailers for things that still haven't come out yet. So at a certain point, I'm just tired of like, just when it's out, tell me. Because I don't need your pre-rendered, oh, this is what we intend to do. Like, I've seen marketing before.
Yeah, that's real.
It's not going to look like that. Nah.
That's good.
So, I mean, did you find anything look forward to and be enjoyable? Because more often than not for me, unless it's a year where you are releasing new hardware, and Nintendo Switch Pro was not announced whatsoever, did you see anything coming forward? Because unless there's a new platform, I don't think that you get that big of a deal for releases.
All right, so I'm gonna address Roman's here. Look, the new Zelda trailer looks great. I ain't buying a Switch for it. Next point. That being said, I'm actually being the Bethesda drops. Like I'm very much in the camp of in the next 2 or 3 years, I'm probably gonna buy an Xbox because I'm a big fan of Bethesda games. I'm a big fan of Obsidian. If you know, Outer Worlds is one of my favorite games of this generation. I played it like 4 or 5 times. It's to me, it's the perfect mix of the Fallout series and Mass Effect, with like a little bit more humor in there. And then the whole thing is like this like satire on capitalism, right? So it's just like all of these levels and layers. It's made by Obsidian, people that made Fallout New Vegas. And you know, you make your person, you go through the story. And I really have enjoyed it. There's not very often that I play games more than once. I'm on my 4th playthrough right now. They just released some like DLC I haven't played through in a while.
Got it.
So actually I think it's my 5th character now that I'm looking back on it. But because I started from the beginning and just kind of like power grinding. I'm doing the supernova mode, like they're like hardcore. I have to like eat, sleep, go back to my thing and like rest. It's annoying, but I'm doing it. The hardcore mode. But fuck it, I played it 3 times. Like I played it like 4 or 5 times. Like it's about time for me to do this. And I'm playing this particular build super dumb, but super observant.
Super dumb, but super observant. So this is sounding like it's an RPG that you can play different ways, and it will change the outcome of the game.
Have you ever played Fallout?
No.
Okay. Well, it's pretty much the setup is exactly like Fallout.
Okay.
You have your strength, your dialogue, your science, your leadership abilities, and then from there there's like 1-hand, 2-hand melee, long range pistols, that type of thing. So usually I play these games. I play them like, give me something strong I can hit you with, and then let me dialogue my way through everything else, right? That's how I like to play. Melee. If I can play unarmed and naked, I've told you all of this stuff. You get perks, unarmed, armor. I like to play that way. But with this game, I've done like so many builds. So this one I'm playing dumb because you get dumb dialogue options. and by being observant, you can both notice things that you're not supposed to. So if someone's hiding something from you, you can very clearly tell that like something's not right there. But by being dumb, you can play it in different ways. And so it's just like there's been moments where I've gotten things because they're just like, you truly don't. Let me just give you this weapon. Like, you know what I mean?
Here, you'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's just like very, very fun, very stupid, but it's just a great game. So they announced.
It sounds like a game though that you can leave, come back, and you make a lot of progress at once. And it's not a time suck that Red Dead Redemption 2 is.
Well, it's not. But this whole thing is that it's a much smaller game, right? So it's like a game that can be played in 30 minutes, but you can get into like not 30 minutes, 30 hours. But you can get really in there, go on every branch. You can make it like a 90-hour game if you want to. But if you want to keep it really tight, you can keep it real tight too.
Cool. I need to get out of that.
They released the trailer for the Outer Worlds 2, and it was like, look at all of this pre-rendered footage. Yeah, you remember the original game. Okay, we're going to play this music to build tension. All right, we're panning over to show you that the scape of this planet is bigger than what we've done in the past game. Oh, look at this monster. Is it going to be in the game? You don't know.
Probably not.
It goes, spoiler, not going to be in the game. And then it just kind of pans back out to what looks like real alpha pregame footage, but it's like the pose. And it's like, hey, coming out in the next like 2 or 3 years. Like it was just like this is the perfect
so they just
trailer.
totally leave.
It's like the perfect trailer. It matched the tone of what the game is. It's like literally one of the first things that happens in the game is like you crash land, you run into someone, and they're like, "Oh man, I got shot. My own pistol backfired," and like you can heal them with like the healing stuff you have on you, and they're like,
"Yeah.
Oh man, don't tell my boss it's not the right brand. I signed a contract if it's not Spacer's brand healing, and then I'm violating my contract." So it's like literally that level of commentary on capitalism and like
wow,
like stuff.
It sounds like my kind of game.
I really do feel like you would enjoy the fuck out of it. You should definitely play it.
How many are there? Because it looks like it's four.
Just one.
It's PS4.
It's just one. One with 2 DLCs that are both pretty fun. They're good. It's a good story. If you're like a good single player story game mode, like I recommend this one highly.
Yeah, I like that. I enjoyed the Assassin's Creed games mostly because of storylines.
Gotcha. I never got into Assassin's Creed. Mind you, I haven't played any of it since it's like rebooted since Odyssey. Was that the one where? So I haven't not Odyssey Origins the Egypt.
Yeah, one. I haven't played since Origins. So like the first.
I haven't played any of those yet. I played the stealth games. I don't like stealth games, so I didn't really care for them. You know, pretty much everything that Bethesda pretty much released, I am like, oh man, I'm gonna buy an Xbox because they're gonna be Xbox exclusive games. Like Starlink looked interesting to me. There was another one that I'm forgetting off the top of my head right now. But honestly, like Sony wasn't there. I feel like Sony's not gonna show anything for a while because
they don't have the hardware out there for anyone to buy anything.
Yeah, and it's like we're at a weird place where I'm starting to be able to see Xbox One X's. Is that what it's called? Xbox One X?
Yes.
Series X? Xbox Series?
Series X, yeah. The upgraded version of the Xbox.
The newest version of the Xbox I've been seeing available.
That's available, yeah.
I've been seeing that available. I've been seeing PS5s anywhere. But that's pretty much it. I really do think when PS5 is going to make their next big announcement, it's going to be, hey, PS5s are going to be available.
It has to be. It's got to be, hey, we're going to do a huge push, and you can all buy your stuff on Christmas.
No one gives a fuck about Tekken 8. No one cares about Final Fantasy 7 Remake Part 2. No one gives a shit about any of these other games until we can play them.
Yeah.
Like, and even at a point, like for me, it's even at a point where games I've come out in the last year or so, I have no interest in playing until I get the PS5 version because why am I buying a game that you're telling me I can upgrade out? You're telling me I'm not playing the best version of this game.
It's like an installment plan with effort. That's terrible.
Because I'm going to have to play this. My save's not going to get transferred over. I'm going to start over. No, like it's not.
No, that's mental. But yeah, I think you can make a good point of the Xbox exclusives that'll be coming out.
But just like them having Bethesda alone as an exclusive is the Indiana Jones game, bro. Like not even.
Was that a preview?
I mean, it was like a trailer that they did show already in the past, but
okay,
it's in the works. The biggest one. I mean, the best things coming out of this aren't really any of the trailers that I've seen, but some of the rumors I've heard. And one of the whispers is that NetherRealms, aka the people making Mortal Kombat, are doing a Marvel-based fighting game.
We get Capcom.
I mean, no, they're not doing Capcom.
But they were in it though.
Marvel versus Capcom. This will be Marvel versus Mortal Kombat.
Oh.
In theory. So that could be something promising. That could be something that's kind of promising. The one that I'm excited about, I know that the Avengers, and I feel like I'm an idiot. Like I'm not going to pre-order it. Like I learned my lesson last time, but this Guardians of the Galaxy game, I'm interested in. It's a single player experience. They're not doing it as a game as a live service thing. I know it's not going to be that great.
Similar, for me, it looks too similar to the other Marvel game that they released. That was garbage.
Yeah, no, but they made a point to be like, it's not a games as a service. It's not that game. We are building this. You know what I mean? And I like Guardians. We'll see how it goes. Rocket Raccoon has this cool like beard thing. No. Who gives a fuck about Harry Potter in 2021? Like, damn.
There's no PS5s.
Different takes, but we are on the same page.
Yeah, there's no PS5s. No one cares.
Yeah, who cares about Harry Potter?
What is with the Harry Potter thing, dude? They have a whole like Harry Potter. Okay, but
I don't think it'll take off. I have no interest. I didn't even hear about it.
I had not heard about it either. I mean, my concern with Harry Potter is going to see Diagon's Alley. That's about it.
Yeah.
Because again, no one has a PS5. No one.
Yeah. I mean, some of the stuff that's been coming out of Sega with Judgment 2 being announced, and then I think Yakuza Like a Dragon is getting a sequel. So they're going all that route. Sega's really kind of doing, to me, some just really good things right now.
This is a game Sega should do. Sega should do a shown-up that goes on the story of how he got the bullet. And the final fight is with the guy with the golden club.
Yeah. Okay, man. This is the same thing that they were saying about the Avengers. Like, who cares? Like,
right. God, yeah. Avengers was trash.
Oh yeah, good graphics, and you can customize your characters. Like that hasn't been a thing since 2002, man. Come on. Tony Hawk was doing that on the N64.
Yeah. Well,
speaking of games, let's head over to the recommendations. Cool. If you're not familiar, I actually started the first, and my goal is to keep it up this week. My goal is to every weekday, so Monday through Friday, lunchtime, so around like 11:30 my time, I'm going to be doing Zheryk's. I forgot what the fuck it's called. Hold on. Oh yeah, Zheryk's Great Detective Mystery Hour. In which I'll be playing Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney on Switch, not on Switch, on Steam, on Twitch. There we go. So follow our Twitch, twitch.tv/Melanated Anime Club. Jump in around 11:30 Pacific time, 1:30 Central time, and catch me, using my powers of deductive reasoning and logic as I solve a crime, or maybe two. So it's kind of fun. I'm still figuring it out. Got a fun detective theme. It's kind of cool. They're like self-contained stories, and like Wes was jumping in and watching me, and he's like, "Yo, this has like a case closed kind of feel." And I'm like, "All right, cool. I got like a little bit more of a vibe to do." And I'm learning more about Twitch, so I'm like, I know I can pause and be like, "All right, gang. So this is one of the clues I got real fast." You know what I mean? I can kind of do some shit. So still working on it. Would love for you to, would love for you to watch it and to give me feedback and help me solve a little mystery.
That'd be fun. I mean, it's easy just to pop on if you got Twitch on your phone and you're living where there's an area where it's 5G, which is everyone there.
Yeah, if I can get 3 viewers on at a time, that helps our algorithm.
Awesome. Noted. For my review, I'm going to do 2 things and recommend one for all of us to read Sakamoto Days. When catch up, it's amazing.
Catch up.
Also, recommend seeing Demon Slayer. Matt, this is mostly for you because you haven't seen it, and now that you're back and being outside a lot, go to a movie. Yeah, I think that's my recommendation. Given that I have survived another revolution on this planet, and yesterday just discovered that, hey, if you say it, people will come. Get out there and do stuff. Say you're going to do something, open it up to people, and who shows up is who's supposed to be there.
Yeah. Also doesn't show up and a personal thing. People just don't want to be outside.
No, you got life. You doing stuff. That's it. I said everything like yesterday. It was like, hey, everybody, I'm going to be here. I got 4 or 5 messages. I'm like, I'm going to be at a wedding. I'm going to be at a wedding. I'm going to be at a wedding.
2 people were in Hawaii?
No. I don't know where this wedding was.
Oh, you were just saying words. Okay.
Yeah. But they're at a wedding. They're doing stuff. He's over there. I can't do this one. I don't care. I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
You going to be there?
Right.
No.
All right.
Do stuff. Live.
Do stuff and live. I guess that's the best recommendation. Get your vaccine first so you can keep living after you live this time. But
yeah, and also keep it handy just because people nasty.
People is disgusting out there. But yeah, I'm excited. Life is opening back up. We got camping trips planned. We went and got a Japanese barbecue and went to an arcade. I went back to that arcade that I went to that had the Yu Yu Hakusho 2D fighting game.
Yeah.
Did some research. Round 1, that company, they're owned by a parent company in Osaka, so they're making it try to feel like a Japanese arcade. They got this game where it's like you're a DJ and it's like how they have like the music games. But there's one that I really got into. I forget what it's called, but it's just been a lot of fun. I've really been digging it, and
Round 1 entertainment.
It's a bunch of new cool things that are kind of happening in the world, and go try it. I had a moment where I got a little sad when I was walking around because the local bar that we have around here doesn't exist anymore. And so we're trying to figure out what is going to be our new bar within walking distance. I don't think there's going to be any more because no one has a liquor license out here.
Wait, bowling and wait, you said round one?
Yeah, there's bowling there too.
Yeah, they got a handful of these in the area.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
There's one in Burbank that we went to. I mean, obviously going on a Friday night is gonna be a bunch of kids and shit, but like go on go during the day. Ain't no one in there, and I'm planning on getting you pay I think $11 and play all you can play for 2 hours, and I'm planning on sitting down and getting real good at that Yu Yu Hakusho game.
They open at 10 a.m. and there's no reason for children to be there. Oh, this is nice.
There's not because it's summer, but
yeah.
But they got that, and then I think they have $3 drafts. I think all day was the move. So if you really wanted to be the kind of person that got drunk in a mall playing video games, you can be that person.
If I can do that, why not?
Yo, come out to LA, dude. We're gonna have a good time.
I'd rather go to LA than North Riverside or Aurora. So then, hell yeah. And I need to travel somewhere in my lower 48 as it is.
Bro, all I'm saying is, yeah, I got to get out to Chicago so we can get the Anime Club Chicago, but come out to LA and we'll do the LA show. Also,
hell yeah.
Just as a thing, we're speaking into existence. We're going to be bringing in more people in July. Maybe kind of slowing down a little bit for the summer just because we got shit we want to do, but we are going to be coming
outside.
Back.
Look at it. It's amazing.
Our goal is going to be coming back with guests and stuff. I know I have 2 guests on the docket, both LA people that have never been on. You all don't know them. They're comedian actor folks out here. So we're trying to expand the Anime Club, trying to get it bigger. We really are trying to make this a brand. You know what I mean?
Ooh, say it like that again.
The brand.
Ugh.
So y'all know what? Thank y'all for staying with us. We got the 3 viewers. Y'all been rocking with us for pretty much the whole show, and we highly do appreciate that.
I appreciate each and all 3 of you.
We've been the Millionaire Anime Club. Wes is back, and we will see you next week.
Baka mitai kodomo nano ne Yume o orotte kizutsuite Uso ga heta na kuse ni Waraenai egao o miseta I love you ろくに言わない口下手でほんまに不器用なのにどうしてさよならは言えた